Yes, Karthik. Yeah,
Hello
we can
everyone,
get you
welcome.
now.
This is Karthik. Thank you for joining this session. I am accompanied by Divya. In fact, she will be the one who's going to present at length on this session. So, Divya, welcome to the session. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Karthik.
All right, great. So,
Hi, everybody. A very good morning to all of you. This is Divya, and we will be learning together about in ETL testing and Informatica Power Center. I'll be guiding you what exactly ETL testing is, why is it important in today's market, and what is this Informatica doing with ETL testing in today's market. We'll get to know each one by one. First of all, the agenda of today is what is ETL testing, why ETL testing, then Informatica Power Center, and why do we need Informatica Power Center for the testing purposes, and what are the advantages of it, and what are the prerequisites before attending this training program, and what are the job opportunities, in the market, and how should be your career once you get to know what is Informatica and what is ETL testing. So now let us start with what is ETL testing exactly.
sorry, Divya, one quick
Guys,
second.
let me first of all, uh,
Sorry, Divya, one
Karthik.
quick second. I just want to complete one thing. So, team, just to let you know, Divya is going to continue with the presentation. She's already started. She's on the go now. I will let her do the entire presentation. At any time you have questions, please use the chat. We have a separate Q&A session towards the end of the session, which you could use for more direct interactions with Divya and me. Till then, I'm going to go on mute. I'll let Divya drive the show. And any questions that you have right now or later, start using the chat please to do it, and that way we'll be able to address for the larger audience overall. Thanks, Divya. Sorry to interrupt. I just thought I should pass the message for
Not
housekeeping.
a problem, Karthik.
Go on. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, guys. Before getting into what is ETL testing, many of us might have a question in our mind like, what is this ETL testing? We know manual testing, we have heard about automation testing, we have heard about performance testing, but where does this come into? I mean, where can we categorize ETL testing into? I mean, is it completely different from what we do usually? Yes, of course, guys. ETL testing is completely different from what we usually do every day. I mean, this type of testing is completely different from the usual database testing or the manual testing which we deal with the databases. That is because the usual database testing is, I mean, we deal with only normalized databases when we do the database testing, but in ETL testing, the database is completely denormalized. The basic difference between normalization and denormalization is because just to retrieve the reports, you need not work with lot of joins and make the queries very complex, right? When you are dealing with transactions, your data should be structured in a structured format, and then it should be normalized. But when you are just retrieving reports, you are just bothered about only the data, and it should be in a pleasing manner. You are not bothered about lot of joins and complex queries and all. So there comes the picture of ETL testing. And what is this ETL testing? It deals with three processes basically. That's extraction, transformation, and loading. Now, what is this extraction? We are doing testing. What is this extraction? What am I transforming and where am I loading? What is this kind of loading and all? This is another question which will come to our minds. So when it comes to extraction, guys, we deal with different types of databases. And maybe in an application, we can have different kinds of modules. Say, for instance, one particular module's data is being stored in relational database structure, and maybe another module's data is stored in just flat files, and in another module the data is just been stored in XML format. But at the end of the day, when you try to retrieve the data, you should be able to pull the data from all the sources. I mean, you are not bothered whether it's a table, whether it's a flat file, whether it's an XML format or in any other format. You just need the data. So to pull all these data from the different kinds of heterogeneous data sources, that kind of process is called as extraction. And what is transformation? Say for instance, um, for example, if we consider team ITeLearn, there are many students who have registered to a particular course in ITeLearn. And as a trainer, I would say, or I would request Karthik and his team, I would like to have the names of all the students, and I'm not bothered about their IDs or say any other personal information or anything. I just need their first names, not even their last names. So what Karthik and team will do, or the ITeLearn team will decide like, okay, Divya needs only the names to be displayed in the say course when she takes the course, she just wants to get the names of the students who have registered. So they'll pull the names of the students and then provide it to me. Say another trainer, they want the information as name with ID. So what the team needs to do, they need to provide the name as well as ID. So that's basically the transforming of data in whichever format we require. The transformation of the data in the required format is basically called as the transformation process. Now, after you get the data, where are we loading it? Where do we keep it? We have got data from different kinds of sources. Now you have structured it in or module, or you have molded it into the required format in whichever way you want. Now where will you keep that? You will keep it in a database, or say in the proper way we can term it as data warehouse. Data warehouse is a place where you can store huge amount of data, and that is because in today's market or in any organization, you believe me, we are not dealing with tens of records or hundreds of records or thousands of records. It's really it's more than millions of records that we deal with every day, and that's because of that purpose we are doing this ETL testing, and that's where we are with extraction, transformation, and loading the data into the data warehouse for the easy retrieval of the data without any problem. So guys, so what is ETL testing? That's a brief introduction about it. Now let's move forward to why do we need ETL testing? What is this ETL testing? We have known a little bit, and now what is the importance of ETL testing and why do we need it in today's market? Let's come to that picture now. First of all, whoever it is, we are bothered about data because only with data we can, go ahead and take any decisions, and we can, get into any kind of picture. Now, first of all, the main thing which everyone will be worried about is the quality, that the data should be proper. If I'll ask ITeLearn team to provide me the data of students who have registered for Informatica Power Center, and maybe they would not be able to provide the students who have registered into Informatica, but by mistake, if they'll be giving me the data of the students who are registered into QTP, so that's a big blunder. So we are bothered about data quality and how the data is being, presented to the presenter. If it doesn't look in a pleasing manner, I won't be bothered to look at the reports or say the data if it's completely messed up and it's not in a structured format. So when it comes to data quality, we are bothered about, or we are more concerned about the reports or say the data in a structured format and in a pleasing manner rather than getting messed up. I need data from different sources, that's okay. But it should also be very good in a presentation, while presentation. So that's where comes the data quality. And what is this data integrity? As I said earlier, we are getting data from different kinds of heterogeneous sources, data sources. Guys, heterogeneous, that means that the data is not, a particular database is not compatible, it's not the similar to the other one. One is in flat file format, the other one is in XML format, the other one is in a relational database structured format and everything. But at the end of the day, if you want it in a tabular format, in a structured format to view the data, Then you are pulling it, you're molding the data, transforming it into the way you require, and then you're loading the data. And that's called the data integrity, because the data is getting integrated from different kinds of heterogeneous sources. And then, since you have data being loaded into a big database where nothing is like, you won't see overwriting of data as you see in normal databases. So the data warehouse, the concept itself is very secure, because you will not be seeing the overwriting of data of the previous data and all. So in that way, your data is also secure. Now, when it comes to time, in nowadays, you won't have time for maintaining you can't spend a lot of time to maintain records, right? You are very much busy nowadays that you have to concentrate on testing. You are very, you should be very focused on testing and other related processes. But when you are focused on your testing process, so where is this data maintenance and all coming from? You can't spare a lot of time to them. So that's the reason we can implement ETL testing. Within less time, you will be able to deal with lot of data, with millions of records, pulling the data from different sources, transforming it into a big data warehouse, and fetching the data without any problem in the required format for which the application will be demanding. And then, okay, you have learned ETL testing, you have done everything. So what advantages you have with this? Guys, believe me, you will have a better pay than any automated tester, or say any manual tester in this field, because the one who is into once you get into this field, when you have proper knowledge about data warehouse concepts and the in and out of the databases and the in and out of the data from different sources, and when you just create magic with your hands with data, then that's where your job is stable. Nowadays, once you get into job, that's a different thing. You need to establish yourself. You need to be stable in a company. You need to show yourself or prove yourself in a project, so that you'll have better opportunities in that project itself. So for having such kind of stability, job stability, and better understanding of the concepts and all, you need to learn Informatica Power Center, and of course you need to be into ETL testing to have a better pay. Once you will be into this, I know that you'll be remembering my words that yes, Divya was right. We are having a better pay, we are having a better career growth, because that's where at the end of the day you need to make yourself happy, you need to make yourself satisfied, you need to be stable with your job, you need to be happy with your work environment, and that's what you feel better when you get into ETL testing and when you learn Informatica Power Center. Karthik, you have anything to speak?
No, Divya, I think I'm good. I think you're going the right direction. And plus, team, there is a trade-off. Uh, Unlike other tools, Informatica or BI or ETL testing may not be as straightforward or as easy to gain. But then the rewards are also equally very high. That's the whole point. So for example, it is like saying that do I want to do manual testing, or do I want to get into a more specialized skill like, let's say, QTP or Selenium or load runner and so on. So ETL testing is something is a very specialized skill, is an extremely in demand, and in fact, among the testing areas, this is one of the highest paid skills. That's what I have personally seen. So Divya, continue. That was my only input there.
Thank you, Karthik. Yes, guys. Now we have got a little bit of idea about ETL testing, right? Now let's move on to Informatica Power Center. Guys, we have different kinds of ETL tools which are in demand in the market now. Say from the vendor Oracle, we have Oracle Warehouse Builder, and from SAP Business Objects, we have Data Services, and from Microsoft itself, we have SQL Server Integration Services. But being such tough competitors in the market, why is this Informatica Power Center so important nowadays in the market? So let's just get into it and know more about it now. It's a product of Informatica Corporation, guys. It was first released in July 2007, and that version was Informatica Power Center 7, if I'm not wrong. And the basic uh, added feature of Informatica Power Center is that you have very good, I mean, the ease with this tool is really good. I mean, when you get into it, the ease with which you can manage all the data with different kinds of data sources, and the transformation thing, and all, it's just like magic. When you just get into the tool, you feel like you're just playing. You're just, when you enjoy your work, you right, then you give more productivity. That's what happens when you get more, or when you get involved into any tool. So when you get into Informatica Power Center, that kind of magic will be around your world. You say when a boy enjoys while playing video games, so what kind of excitement he would be having. So that kind of pictorial representations and that kind of magic, that will be, or the way with ease how we deal with the data sources, or say the ease with which the performance of the data being pulled out, or how the tool will be performing. That's really very interesting, and we'll go more into that now. Guys, the thing is, okay, without any tool also we can be able to manage all this, right? I mean, you all may feel like, why do we need to have a tool to get data from different kinds of sources, or say to just move data from different kinds of sources to a particular database? That's maybe a basic question which will be coming to your mind. But guys, to make such data being provided into a one single database, you need to fetch data from different sources. That's one point. The other point is you need to write complex queries, or say you need to deal with many programming languages which will be very complex in nature. And once you start writing such code, you will be like, I mean, you can't find the starting point itself. You believe me, I mean, you will face such kind of situations also, because it's not, I mean, you are not dealing with some hundreds of thousands of records, you're dealing with some millions of records. When that's the situation, and you'll be writing, you'll be ready to write code for such kind of database and all, then that's not very easy. So to make yourself at ease, and so to make yourself very comfortable, these kind of tools have been coming into picture. And then Informatica is the best, which is very demanding, I mean, which is playing a major role in today's market with ETL testing. That's because you have everything in one place. You have very, first of all, you have the ease at which you can maintain the databases, the ease at which one can understand the tool, the ease at which the data is being pulled out from different sources and being transferred to the database. So it's just a ready-made solution. You just get the data, pull it, and then transform it to the way you want, and then you're done with it. So next, proceeding to why Informatica Power Center. Okay, you have learned like maybe little like what is Informatica Center. You have got some intro about it. Now, why do we need Informatica Power Center? That's because you have everything in one. That's like data integration, data virtualization, and data security. Guys, when you have everything in one place, why do you need to go to many places and fetch the things? With Informatica, you are able to get the data integration from different sources. Then data virtualization is like In some organizations, believe me, it's not that they only create a permanent or physical database structure. Sometimes you need to create a virtual database. That's because to show the reports or to increase the productivity or the performance of the application, they just go with a virtual database, and that's where this kind of Informatica Power Center plays a major role. It creates a virtual database where you can load the data just for pulling the data in the form of reports to the presenter. So there comes the picture of data virtualization, and that's where Informatica is very good in it. And what is this data security? Again, as I have said earlier, there is no overwriting of data, guys. I mean, you can maintain history. You have, of course, you will have data duplicacy because you have got lot of records from different kinds of data sources. But at the same time, there will not be any security issues. Like you need not be scared like whether my data is being secured, whether the data is saved or not, whether the data, if I need to pull for some particular instance, whether that will be provided by the data warehouse or not. You need not bother about all those things because the data is very much secured with the data warehouse. So there comes why Informatica Power Center is needed in the market, because everything in one solution. You have data integration, you have data virtualization, and you have data security. At the end of the day, what everyone needs is your data should be properly presented, and it should be secure, it should be non-volatile. So that's provided by Informatica Power Center. Now guys, next move on to what are the advantages of Informatica Power Center. Now, as I have said earlier, organizations have, any organization, they deal with lot of data. As I have said, it's in today's market, we are not playing with just hundreds or thousands of records. You have millions of records. Not only millions of records, if you need to pull data for a particular person, you need to have the history of it, like what are the previous, say, everything. I mean, if you need to pull the data for the last 1 year, you should be able to provide each day's or each hour's data as well. There are some organizations who keep track of such kind of data as well. So when data is so important in any organization, and when by providing reports, they are able to take vital decisions, right? So when data is so important, and many organizations are just, I mean, when they are just sticking on data to take many vital decisions, so why not we give something to make data secure and properly presented, so that organizations will be way at ease to take any vital decisions for the company, or say to present it in a proper way. So that's where Informatica is very, any user who is using Informatica, they'll be very happy to use it because it's very user friendly, first of all, and then you'll be at ease to use each kind of tab in it, or you say you'll be at ease to use each kind of module, or say even the database. You will not find any uncomfortable situation in the process. You'll try to understand that once you get into in practice, because everything may feel like it's a magic. That's the magic of Informatica Power Center, guys. Now, so moving on to who are, or who should be the users to use this tool. Guys, for using Informatica, or say for any ETL testing tool, one should have clear understanding of SQL knowledge. That's because you are dealing with different kinds of databases. So once you need to, be friendly with, or say at ease with such kind of databases to handle different kinds of data in different formats, you should be able to write good queries, good understanding of SQL and good understanding of the databases is very much needed for this kind of testing and this kind of tools. And all QA testers who have good or strong knowledge with SQL and PL-SQL, they will be the best in the market now. And believe me, to make yourself stable, to make yourself different from others, you need to establish yourself in the company, and not only in a single project. You should be open to any kind of projects, because that's where company needs, in the crux situations, a guy with different kinds of skill sets, a guy with different kinds of, or say, knowledge on different kinds of tools, that makes you different from others, or say, to just prove yourself. So QA testers with strong SQL knowledge, and the database administrators who have got good understanding about different kinds of databases, and then IT professionals who are already into testing field and who are already into the market, and who are already have good knowledge on different kinds of IT tools and other courses, right? They can be able to attend this training. And then moving on to the next slide. Okay, you have got understanding about ETL testing, what is Informatica, and everything. Now, where do you have job opportunities? I mean, we say that in market it's very demanding. I mean, you can prove yourself if you have ETL testing skill sets and all. Now, where are the, I mean, which fields do you need to concentrate on to prove yourself? Guys, believe me, ETL testing is being used by every organization now. When it comes to banking, when it comes to finance, or say healthcare projects, or even government agencies, ETL testing is playing a vital role in today's market. That's because, as I've said, everyone needs data to be secure, everyone needs data to be non-volatile, everyone needs data to be in a structured format. So that's the basic reason why you can find jobs in any domain. I mean, you can just find, when you go to banking sector, you have got lot of jobs for ETL testers. When you go to, or when you move to healthcare projects, even you have got lot of job opportunities in with ETL testing positions and all. So that's I mean, you have a lot of scope with ETL testing in any field. And I believe that once you get to know more about ETL testing, and once you get to know more about Informatica Power Center, and get into it and practice it and use the tool, you will create magic in the market now. That's for sure. So moving on to the training course structure, this is the main course which we'll be focusing on, guys. Like, uh, first of all, we'll have some introduction about PL-SQL commands and overview of all those things, and then we'll go deeper into what is ETL testing and the data warehouse concepts, and of course, Informatica and their importance in IT industry now, and how the Informatica architecture works. I mean, how the databases are connected to each layer. We'll go by layer levels, and then we'll have a better understanding about that, and the configuration of client and the repositories, and how do we get the source analyzer and the target designer, how do we create a mapping and a workflow, how to schedule a workflow, how to monitor and check the session logs, and how to make different kinds of transformations and other concepts. We'll be dealing all that in the training course of Informatica Power Center. So that's where we stand now, guys. Karthik, you have anything to ask?
Nothing to ask from my side, Divya, but thank you so much for the presentation. I
Thank
believe what I wanted to hear, in fact, a lot of these things are new to me as well, and I
you.
saw that. However, I'm sure the audience may have questions. So, audience, I would let you go forward and ask your questions through chat. That way, Divya should be able to present. If you look at the chat, Divya, right now, you may see a couple of questions that have come from some of the members earlier that you can
Mm,
start to answer.
Okay.
So team, meanwhile,
Uh,
please use the chat to post your questions, whatever you have on what you've seen today or what you believe you need to know more from a training perspective.
Yes, Karthik. Moving on to the question which Alex had asked. Hi, Alex. What are the basic skill sets required for ETL tester? Yeah, that's what I have told you, Karthik. I'm sorry, Alex. That you should be able to have better understanding of the databases. You should be good with SQL and PL-SQL to, proceed with the ETL testing tools or say even Informatica. You should have good knowledge with that. Different. Uh, I'm sorry, I didn't get this. Different data warehouse tools besides Informatica, WBI. Alex, I didn't get your second question properly. Could you please elaborate that? Moving on to the next question. It's from Vince. What is the duration of the course and the time? Vince will be discussing, Karthik and we all will be telling you about the duration of the course and time sometime later. Um,
Yeah, in fact,
Check if you know basic SQL. Yes,
sorry, Divya. So regarding the course, the
yes,
duration and so on, we are looking at probably about 20 hours. It may
yes.
go up to 25 to 30 hours depending on the course coverage overall. The
Mm-hmm.
duration again will depend on how quickly we go into the sessions. What Divya is planning to do is conduct weekend sessions. So that means on Saturdays and Sundays for about between 2 to 4 hours each weekend. So we may do, let's say, 2 hours this weekend. We may do 4 hours next weekend, and so on. So the most important point is to ensure that we have a good coverage overall of the entire topics. Also, what will happen is that you will need to see in terms of uh, the practice and how you go about following the sessions, making sure that you're getting enough hands-on expertise as the sessions progress and so on. So based on these things will vary. From a course pricing point of view, we have not yet published team. The reason being, this course is typically way highly priced compared to any other software testing tools or methodologies. However, at ITeLearn, we understand how we structure it, so we are trying to make sure that we bring it down to a level which is affordable for most of our members. That's regarding the course price and course duration. Divya, I hope I'm right on those points.
Yes, Karthik. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Perfect. And since Divya, there are questions which are being asked by many members. You can quickly go through them. You can talk about who is asking it and answer it. And team, if you see that your question has not been answered for any reason, it's either because it has already been answered earlier, or you may want to put that back on chat again, just in case it's not been answered. So go on, Divya. I'm back on mute.
Yes, yes, Karthik. So Sheikh, yes, of course, if you have good knowledge with SQL, at least basic SQL, right, you can just move on to this course. You can simultaneously practice both SQL and PL-SQL commands, and then, you can just get into the course, and then you can learn more about it. Um, Alex, actually, if you're good with SQL and PL-SQL both, right, then you can have good grip on this tool. It's not that if you learn only PL-SQL, you will be good with that. Once you know better understanding of the database and write queries, right, then that's where you will be best to learn. So it's not mandatory that if you just don't have SQL knowledge, or if you just have PL SQL knowledge, you cannot get into the course. Yes, of course, you can learn everything simultaneously. So that's where. Um, Gayatri, the difference between ETL developer and ETL tester is uh, once you get into ETL testing, right? I mean, that's in the ETL testing process, what you do is completely different from what the developer does. The developer actually pulls the data. I mean, they first of all, the requirements will be basically given to both of them, the developer as well as the ETL tester, and then when it comes to developer, that's where they write the actual queries and all, and the tester actually, you know, tests the basic queries, or say the basic procedures, or say the functions and everything which the developer has been developed. So we'll go deep into that, Gayatri. I mean, that's not a one-line answer. The basic difference between developer and tester in ETL testing. We'll go more into that, and you'll be having a better understanding about that. That's various. That's a big, concept. We'll move on to that later. Um, yeah. Yes, Suman. If you do not have any experience with ETL testing, that doesn't matter, because you are already into testing, so you know the basic concept, or say the basic process of testing. So apart from that, ETL testing is just dealing with or playing with queries, and the concept is little bit different. But once you get to know with this training program, you will be more confident, and you will be able to understand more about the data warehouse concepts, and you can get into the ETL testing career as well. So it's not very tough. Believe me, once you attend the training program, you will feel very much comfortable, and you can just if you want, even you can switch your career, like from manual tester to ETL tester. Hope you got your answer. Sheikh, it's good that you have good knowledge in Oracle DB as well. That's what I've said. If you are good with database understanding, if you are good with SQL and PL-SQL, then you can attend this training, and that will be an added advantage to you, because you will be at ease while playing or while writing the queries and dealing with a lot of databases. Samir, the access for the Informatica tool and all, we'll be having a class on the Informatica tool installation and all. We will be providing you the course details soon, so please wait for that. Till then, you need not bother. I mean, you need not worry about the access things. We will have you everything set for the training. Once again, the cost and the course content, everything will be provided to you sometime later. Karthik will be talking to you about that later. Mm, do
Divya,
we
it may
need
help
good
for.
math and statistical analytics?
Sorry, what I was saying, it may help for the audience when you're reading the question. If you read it aloud, so they also can read the
Okay,
question.
okay, okay, okay. Yes, Karthik. SV. Do we need good maths and statistical analytical skills also? Not exactly, SV, because since you are dealing with data and um, maths, in fact, maybe while you go for transformations, right, simple calculations and all, you should be good with that, of course. Once you understand the basic functions, like you'll be using the inbuilt functions, like for instance, sum, average, or such kind of things. So I hope everyone will be comfortable with that, and you need not worry about so much mathematics in this. Of course, you will be using, but it's not that only maths will be involved in this. Um, Alex, who are the main vendors in the data warehouse field besides Informatica? Alex, as I've told you, Oracle is another vendor which has launched Oracle Warehouse Builder, which is again a very good ETL tool. There are other vendors like Microsoft, SAP Business Objects who have data services, SQL Server integration servers and all. So we have many other vendors who are tough competitors for Informatica. So you can imagine even with having such kind of competitors like Oracle and Microsoft, why Informatica is so important, why is it playing so important role in the market. So when you have the question, you already have your answer, if I'm not wrong. So moving on to the next question. Suman, how much material will be provided to practice with each class? You will have enough time to practice, Suman, because you'll be having the tool, you will be having access to the tool, so you can even practice a lot. And there's a saying called practice makes a man perfect. So you'll have enough time to practice, and you'll be, of course, provided with material whenever needed. Shersha, you have a question. You collect data from various databases like Oracle, MS SQL, etc., and collate the results and keep in data warehouse. So, is the data warehouse something like a repository or data storage for transformation? Yes, that's of course, Shersha, because the data warehouse is the place where you keep your data for the retrieval of reports and other purposes. Guys will get more into the training program, then you can learn the basic difference between normal database retrieval and the data warehouse retrieval. When you retrieve data from the data warehouse, you will not be involved with lot of joins and all. Complex joins will not be involved since you just retrieve the data. But in a database, the data is being involved with lot of joins and queries and all. Since it's in a normalized way, because the normal database always will be in a normalized structured way, and in the data warehouse the data is not normalized, it is basically denormalized. We'll get into more what is normalization, what is denormalization, and all those concepts once we go deep into the training program. Sheikh, even if you do not know PL-SQL, that's fine. We already have some few hours for PL-SQL in this training course to make you all comfortable with the queries. And if you are not even comfortable with the SQL, you also have SQL training classes, videos with ITeLearn team. You can even grab them and watch them and make yourself comfortable. Nancy, we will have an installation class for how to install Informatica and how to connect to the servers and how to connect to the database and all. We will, once we start the training, you will be able to have that installations and everything, and then you can be able to practice after each session. Samir, I guess even that's your question, like how will we have access to Informatica tool? You will have access once you join the training session, and you'll have the installation class for that. And after each session, you can even practice more, and then you can make yourself at ease with Informatica tool. Alex, we will be guiding you with the Informatica software installation, downloading and everything. So just keep waiting for that. Srinivasu, what is the plan for practice sessions and how can, please explain. That's what I have told you, like after each session you will have enough time before the next session to practice yourself, and you can reach to me at any time through mails or even chat sessions while sessions, so that you can get your questions, doubts clarified. So we are always ready to help you. To what experience we can apply after this training? Suman, I didn't get this question. To what experience we can apply after this training? Sorry, actually I didn't get the question. Karthik, could you get the question? If you can, could you please reciprocate that to me?
I think, yeah, we're good, right? So, team, what you can do is, as a continuation to your questions, we will place this on the website, the video. Along with the video, you could look into and post more questions there. I will create a place. But Divya, did you ask me for any specific question? Uh,
Yes, Karthik. Actually, Suman has asked a question, like to what experience we can apply after this training. I didn't get the question. What is it
So
exactly?
I think it's basically what experience is the level of skill set that you gain, the level of confidence that you bring in, more than anything else. So apart from
Yeah.
that, there is no live project yet for this training right now. So once we get the live projects going, at that time it could also add to your resume as an experience once you involve in the project. And Divya, just from being conscious of the time, since we have a few more minutes left,
Yes.
can you quickly breeze through the remaining
Yes.
questions and see anything relevant? There are a couple of questions that I see. Uh, as I said, live project will be as part of phase two. Nancy, that's for you, Nancy Chen. So we will have live projects for sure, but first we would like to cover the overall concepts through the practical training, and then we'll get into live projects. Will you, Sheikh, your question, will you provide recorded videos along with online classes? Absolutely, yes. So, videos is the main thing that ITeLearn provides to all the trainees. That is the one which is immensely important for learning, especially because when you miss the sessions or when you have to repeat a session, that's when you can use videos. Suman, you mean job openings are not there for freshers only, for experienced ETL testers? So can we apply for 1 year, 2 years? See that I don't understand what you're asking. Are you talking about putting in a resume experience and all that? That is not something that I talk about or really recommend. What we are trying to do is get you the skill. Honestly, team, at the end of the day, the training is the one thing that will get you the job first. Because unless you have a skill, there is no recruitment that's going to happen. So this is all for developing your skill. And then at an end point, you will have to showcase that. You can watch that Crank Your Resume. It's a free video that I've put on my website under the free events called Crank Your Resume, and that can help you to identify how to add your skill that you've learned as part of training onto your resume. Not as if you have done live projects, but as if you have done these practice projects, and this is exactly what you did. And just that will be great. The videos will not be lifetime access. The videos will have a timeline. There is monthly membership that you could take, or there's an yearly one. So either one is an option for you. So other than that, I think there are a couple more questions back to you, Divya, for from Gayatri and SV, that you can
Mm-hmm.
take up. The questions from
Mm-hmm.
Nancy, Sheikh, Suman, I have answered already.
Yeah. Mm, SV, yes, of course, you have good market for Informatica in US. I'm talking both, I mean, not only in US, all over the world. You have good demand for ETL testing and, of course, Informatica. That's what I've told, that the ease with this tool is so good that that's even with such kind of vendors, tough competitors like Oracle and Microsoft, even it's playing a major role now. So you have good demand for Informatica, not only in US, not only in India, in any market now. In the software market, it's very good now. Gayatri, you will have access to the power center. I mean, we can once you install it, right, then we'll be able to discuss to you. I mean, we'll be able to reveal the number of days and all. It's not that you'll be having the access just for a couple of days. You'll be having it for some months. So don't worry about that. Rafiq, the cost and other course content details will be revealing soon. Shahul, yes, you'll be having the recorded video of this. I guess ITeLearn team will share with you about the video, the details and all. Shersha, do we need to learn a reporting tool even after acquiring knowledge on Informatica? Not necessarily, Shersha, because once you know Informatica, uh, it's just for you know, it's not that you are not bothered about any other reporting tool. From Informatica itself, you can pull the data and just display the tools. So this is particularly different, and you need not worry about learning again some other tool after learning Informatica. You'll be good once you get to know more about it. Bharti, you need not worry about having deep knowledge of SQL. Basic SQL knowledge is also very good to learn the tool. It's just for your comfortable, I mean, your comfort zone. That's the reason we ask you to, have good knowledge of SQL and PL-SQL. It's not that you should have deep knowledge. Basic knowledge will work out. Yes, Vince, once you have good knowledge on Informatica and ETL testing after the training program, you can go into the market with good understanding and, with practice and all, you can just add these skills to your resume. That's for sure. I guess, Karthik, we are done with the questions and the answers.
All right, sounds good,
Uh,
team. Once again, thank you all
After
for
getting
joining
shake, you have
this.
another.
Sorry, go on.
Yes, Karthik.
All right, can I? So what I was saying is this video will be placed on the website after today, in within the next 1 day or so. Secondly, there is no specific discount for the course team, so I don't really talk about discounts at all. From a live project, when you get into your project, do you get support? Absolutely yes. We have a very very strong technical support forum. The entire thing happens through the forum. You have to put your right question there. My forum gets monitored every day by my technical support team, the technical trainers, everyone. So there's a constant interaction there. There are over 5,000 members in that forum who are part of our premium membership packages. So you will get lifetime access to that forum. So that will really help you when you start working in your projects. So other details regarding the course fees, the dates and so on, the timings will be shared with you in the next coming few days. Divya, once again, thank you so much for this effort. Appreciate it. Great presentation. I'm sure the audience also liked it as well. We will also get the video up for them and they can continue to watch it again. Thank
Thank
you,
you so much,
everyone.
Karthik. Thank you, everybody, for your time. See you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Divya. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.